The current contour trend can seem a little bit extreme sometimes, but it doesn't really have to be as dramatic as you see in the number of photos and videos out there. We can create very subtle results with these contouring techniques. And today we are going to talk about how to contour an oblong face. An oblong face is slightly longer than oval face. So you can use contouring and highlighting techniques to widen the face and bring attention to the features you want to highlight. Welcome to Blush with me. So if you see my today's model, Giovanna, she is gorgeous and she has a more oblong face. Now the challenges with her kind of face are a broad forehead, which we want to cut down a little bit with contouring. This kind of face also tends to taper down towards the chin. So I'm trying to not give her a more elongated face, instead just kind of give an illusion of a smaller face. So let's begin. Before we apply any kind of foundation or concealer on her face, we will start with some skincare and primer. So I'm going to start with Rodan & Field's Active Hydration Serum and also their AM Moisturizer from Redefine Regime. So this will help in holding on to her foundation. This doesn't let the foundation crease or the concealer crease. It also helps to hold the active ingredients of the moisturizer in place for much longer. And of course you will notice her skin instantly starts looking very dewy and moisturized and hydrated when you start with a serum. A primer by Laura Mercier. As we are aging, the pores tend to get larger. And this is why you need to apply a good primer, because primer will fill those pores out, creating a more smooth and even canvas for what's coming next. I'm going to use concealer and corrector from Laura Mercier. This is in the shade SC5. The reason I'm using my fingers is because she has large pores and the warmth of my finger will really help to blend the concealer into her skin. Same color, just around her nose, around her mouth, a little bit on her chin. And I'm going to go in a horizontal line on her forehead here. The reason is all the lines I draw across her face are going to be more horizontal, and horizontal line, just like clothes, will actually compress the length of her face. If you notice, I did not start concealing the bridge of her nose all the way from here because I want to control anything that elongates any part of her face. MAC's Pro Conceal and Correcting Palette, and I will use this darker color. Now if you notice, her jawline tapers down, so I'm going to kind of lift it up, creating an illusion of a smaller face. Like I've mentioned in my previous videos, any kind of darkening on your face will push that feature in, and any kind of light colors will bring those features out. So the reason I'm using a darker color here is so that it pinches these parts in. Again, on her cheekbones, I'm not going to create diagonal contour lines because that will elongate her face. Instead, I'm going to go horizontal. If you notice, she has a pretty broad forehead. We are going to try to cut the forehead without really cutting her forehead. Let this be more horizontal line. The moment I go in this angle, it's going to compress her face and again make it look longer. So she has a really beautiful petite straight nose, so I'm just going to enhance that shape. Like I said, when you're reading a face, read for the strengths and weaknesses, and her strengths are definitely very prominent, like her lips are voluptuous and beautiful. She has a perfect nose, she has nice cheekbones, she has gorgeous skin, and she has very unique features. Like if you notice her eyes, they're not common. You're from Ecuador, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, so it's very different. It's like neither do you look totally Asian, nor do you look Mexican, nor American. It's like a mix of all these cultures, right? Yeah, and that's what I was looking for. I used the Bright Future Gel Serum by Sephora on her lids because this is going to create a nice even base. And like Asian girls or even Hispanic or Now that I'm first time experiencing working with an Ecuadorian, is that how you would say?
Yeah, that's correct.
So because we have so much sun in our countries that we do have hyperpigmentation issues and darker upper lids or darker lip line around our mouth, it's important to even all of that out before you start working on any eyeshadow. So if I had worked with any eyeshadow directly on her eyes, it would have just got like disappeared. So I need to create a clean canvas before I start with any eyeshadow. So again, I'm going to use this Bobbi Brown's full coverage face brush to blend all of this in circular motion.
Was there a reason why you didn't use foundation on me?
You really have glowing, dewy, youthful skin. And just the skincare itself has taken good care of your skin. It's looking very nice and hydrated. And if I just conceal my under eyes, sometimes pretty much that much is enough for me to step out. So even for you, you'll notice just by doing the contouring and highlighting, you'll feel that your face is getting more definition and you don't really need that many products on your face. Okay. I'm now going to blend the highlighting concealer as well. If you notice, I'm just dabbing it in its own place because I want it to stay in its own place. Eyeshadow palette called Tarte in Bloom by Tarte Cosmetics, and I'm going to use the color Rebel just to shape her eyes. Again, this is still a part of contouring, so I've used something that's closest to what a natural shadow would look like. I have created a little more lid space right over here. So this is where her lids actually end, but instead of going on this line, I've gone a little bit higher. Apply the same color right here, but I'm going to extend it out a little bit. Again, not going diagonally up, just sideways. Remember, all lines on her face are going to be horizontal. So a little more of Smarty Pants with Rebel. Look up. To create the shadow under her eyes. Use the Flower Child right in the middle here. This technique will bring more attention to her eyes. It will open up her eyes more and create more lid space and a more dramatic eye shape for her. I'm now going to blend all these colors in upward strokes. The darker shade Activist, just use that as an eyeliner only towards the end of the top lash line. I'm now going to take Tristique's Swiss Chocolate Brown Gel Pencil. I'm going to use this pencil to tight line her lash line. So tight lining is giving more definition to the eyes going in between her lashes. The reason we are doing this is because we want this makeup to look almost natural, like unnoticeable. That's when you get the compliments such as you look nice today instead of your makeup looks great today, right? Just going, whatever is left on the brush is what I'm going to apply on the lower lash lines, outer ends.
Alright, so I usually fill this area up with black pencil.
You mean inside?
Yeah. So why shouldn't I do that?
You shouldn't be doing that because that's going to make your eyes look smaller. And the smaller your eyes look, the more attention goes to the skin area. So right now we are trying to reduce the attention that goes to the skin part and bring to your more prominent features. The mascara from Makeup Forever. So actually you would be perfect candidate who should start using Lash Boost because you have the thickness, you just need the length. So Lash Boost will help her enhance the thickness and length of her lashes. From Urban Decay Naked Basics, I'm going to use the color Faith. You know, it's my all-time favorite color to create any kind of shadows. Now she has done microblading in her eyebrows. If we are creating a more warm brown effect with the makeup, I don't want her eyebrows to look much darker. And also the warm color in the eyebrow will make a big difference to the whole eye makeup look. On Giovanna's lips, I'm using the shade Mented from the cosmetic brand called Mented. These are very rich and pigmented lip colors, and this brand totally understands and has nailed all the things that we look for in lipsticks for women of color. I'm blending it inward. I'm now going to use Pretty in Pink by Mented again. Now again, see where the light hits her lips. It hits her right over here and right up over here. So I'm just going to use it here and a little bit right here. In Tarte Cosmetics feisty color. Now this is a more orangey peachy color and it's matte finish. So again, I'm just going to go one step above where I had applied the contour line. Oh Darling by MAC. Again, a brush like this would keep it exactly where I want it to be. Now remember, I do not want to add to the length of her nose, so I'm going to use a little bit right over here and just on the tip of her nose. Nothing goes on her forehead, we don't want any attention there. A little bit just on her cupid's bow. Now I had used this blush on her cheek, I'm going to use a little bit of the same. This will help to cut the size of her nose down a little bit. You could have always used a little bit of concealer and blended it out, but a little peachy finish makes it a lot more natural. And see, it kind of reduces the length and again brings more attention to the rest of your face. I'm doing a series on how to contour different face shapes. This should help you in creating unique looks for your face. Now, contouring is just the base step before you want to create any look. If you like my today's video and you think it will be helpful for your face shape, then don't forget to check out some of my other videos that could be helpful to your other friends with different face shapes. And if you want to be updated every week, then make sure you're subscribed to Blush With Me, Paramita. A few other good ideas are hitting the like button, sharing a comment with me, sharing this video with your friends, and following me on my other social media networks like Instagram and Facebook fan page. It's time for me to go now, but until we meet next week, keep guessing what the next face shape is going to be. Bye for now. Blush with me. Perfect. Perfect.